Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Put Work In podcast. Bro, what we got in store for us today?
I don't know, bro. What'd you bring?
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing today?
We doing over here? We caffeinated.
Bro, we caffeinated and
Caffeinated.
Awakinated.
What you got in that cup, Dylan? You got some ghost in that cup?
No, not today. Just a little coffee.
Early morning rises. I only break out the Zoas when I know I need some energy. Shout out.
You seem to be
The Rock.
tweaking, bro.
Bro, I don't
Yeah,
even know
I'm
what a
kinda
Zoa
shaking.
is. I've never heard of a Zoa.
It's the Rock's energy drink.
Sounds whack.
I'm pretty much Black Adam at this point.
So
Well, I guess you could say I'm pretty much a bomb.
yeah, he only
You're the
like,
bomb.
Thanks, man.
every
Appreciate
morning
it.
you see Peyton with the C4.
I don't even know if I've ever even had C4.
Bro, you missing
You're
out.
you're pretty light on the caffeine, ain't you, Trevor?
Usually am, but the last probably like 4 or 5 days, it's been full
You
blast.
had a lot of driving to
But-
do and all that.
Yeah, that's why the other night when I came back, man, I was like crashing so hard from the energy drink. Like I've never had a crash like that before, where it was just like my eyelids. If I'd like looked down, I felt like I was about to fall asleep.
I just
Hey,
recently swapped to 12-ounce C4 so I can drink more.
What were you
You
doing
feel
before?
better about it? About
Doing the
drinking 2
200,
C4s?
but I want to sometimes, and then I'm having like 400 milligrams. So I swapped to the 12-ounce because it's 150 milligrams a pop.
Yeah,
So
I
this
was
is
thinking
my
about
second one today.
I was thinking about getting some energy drinks that have less caffeine in them. I'm
I
starting to get to the
wanna-
point where it
sure.
feels kind
I
of
want to do less caffeine. I'm
Yeah.
a little, my body ain't ready to just drop
I'm
it
getting
yet.
to a point where I'm feeling kind of unhealthy about it.
Maybe we need to do a fast. What do you think?
Man, that
We
would
could
be
do a
terrible.
fast and
Dude,
then have a
trust me,
podcast
that is
about the fast.
That is
We
a
would be-
bad idea. If
we
you're
would
talking
have-
about fasting from caffeine, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I was listening to somebody the other day. It was ever like they quit caffeine cold turkey and they went into like full withdrawal, like they were throwing up and
So back in 2018, when I ran Spartan race in Nashville, I just recently started CrossFit, and I drank some pre-workout before I did the race, and dude, I about threw up. There was some Redcon 1 Total War, bro. I almost threw up.
a little intense to start off with.
So I'm over here like, well, I probably shouldn't drink caffeine before cardio. That was my thoughts because I'm just like, it's good to do it. I'm just like, I didn't think I should. Completely cut caffeine out. 2 weeks later, had a headache nonstop for a month and a half. I'm just like, yeah, I'm drinking caffeine again.
This timeline seems a little weird. You drank your first caffeine and you decided to quit caffeine.
No, it wasn't my first caffeine. I just
Your
recently started
first
CrossFit.
pre-workout. First pre-workout.
That wasn't my first pre-workout. First
Your
time
first
drinking
CrossFit.
caffeine before a run.
You thought that caffeine had a bad effect on your cardio
Yes.
because you started doing cardio. Okay.
Yeah.
It only took you 2 weeks to go into withdrawal. I mean, it took you that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's immediate, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be like the next
within
day.
the first 2 days.
2 weeks, you're over it, bro.
Peyton's different.
Peyton's built
I
different, bro. He
defy
says
the
it's
odds
symptom,
sometimes,
bro.
I guess. That's because I went to the doctor, and that's what we could assume it was because they didn't find anything wrong. So,
The good old doctor.
I've learned not to trust them.
Scientists.
They told my little brother that there's as much caffeine in a can of Monster as there is 10 cans of Coke. I'm just like, I don't listen to doctors anymore.
Because I don't like
What
what
do
they
they
say.
know?
Yeah, I mean, how much
Just
caffeine
kidding.
is in Coke? I know a lot of people be like, I
think
quit caffeine.
54
And
milligrams.
They
Yeah,
just
it's like
quit.
50 or 60.
I'm just like,
They
there's not
just quit,
500 milligrams of
Yeah, it's like
caffeine
200.
in a
Monsters are only
Monster.
like
I don't know
200.
how much this has. I don't
Monsters
even
are
think
like
they say.
140, actually.
Oh, it says 160.
Yeah, that's nothing, bro. That's not
That's
even
kind of
gonna wait.
low, but I feel like this energy drink does the most for me. 'Cause
It's
just got
it's
other
not
stuff,
just
I
like
guess.
the caffeine too, like certain combinations of whatever they got in there. Like there's
Yeah, it
certain
says
energy
green
drinks you
tea,
just drink.
vitamin B1, B2.
I also need to look out on what uses
Yeah.
natural
say
caffeine
the-
versus synthetic caffeine.
Those vitamins, they say they're just like not a factor. But like just look at your pre-workouts. Like there's like citrulline, all kinds of other enes
all
in
kind of
there.
stuff.
Beta-alanine.
Beta-alanine,
That's my favorite ene.
creatine.
So I thought I had a vitamin B12 deficiency, and I just started taking like B12, like had these little tablets, and started feeling better. But then I read where it's like your body can only intake so much B12 vitamin, and before it's like doesn't even work anymore.
Well, they say if you
And
get too
I
many
just stopped taking
vitamins
it.
or protein or whatever, you just pee it out.
Yeah, that was what it said.
So I've started taking B12 too. Y'all take creatine?
I did at
I
one point, but then I got too big.
got off it. Yeah.
You're such an idiot. Got too big, bro. What? That's what
I'm about to get
you hear
back on it.
people. That's something you'll hear more common with women, though. They'll be like, I can't lift weights because I'll get too bulky.
Yeah, that is true.
Bro,
Nobody at the gym that lifts weights is bulky. That's a woman.
I haven't gained a pound in I don't know how long.
Yeah,
I
like
lift
Peyton
weights.
over here working hard. Well, Peyton's not a good. Trevor, he's trying to bulk, and he's been lifting weights for the past 2 months. This dude, I mean, he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger right now. So
Not
you're
yet.
not just gonna go in there and the pounds of muscle are just gonna slam onto you unless you like take steroids and work out for 6 hours a day.
Yeah, it's gonna take months.
It's gonna take years
Maybe
to get.
years. Yeah, really.
So what they're imagining, I'm just imagining they're thinking about like Tia Toomey, like jacked, traps up to here. This is like the best CrossFitter woman. Traps up to here,
Brookwell.
just jacked all the way around. Abs that go like this, like they're like mountains. You don't get that by just going to the gym and lifting for an hour, working on getting strong, bro. She works in the gym for like 6 hours of hard work
She works
a day.
out 25/8. Except now
25/8. Well, I mean, a lot of recovery stuff to go into that, but
active recovery.
she's doing that for a living. And she's like that. Like, there's people that work all their life to try to look like that and don't. Why do you think that you're going to automatically turn into that if you do one curl? I don't know.
I don't
Being
know.
stronger is better. What do y'all think? Just being stronger makes your life better.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I guess it's kind of a broad question though. Like, do you mean just being able to like lift a certain amount of weight, or like being like extra strong? Like, say if like when you're moving,
Well, I'm not talking
like you don't
about
have to hire a
powerlifter
moving
level.
company.
Do you think it's better to be strong or big?
Well, what's the point of being big if you're not strong? Then you're getting into bodybuilding now.
What's the point of being strong if you're not big?
Oh, there is people that are like really strong that aren't big.
Yeah, I've seen like 124-pound dudes squat like 600
Well, being
pounds.
big isn't a utility. Being strong is.
Yeah, I don't care to be big.
It's better to be smaller and stronger.
Plus, it's more impressive to be, 185 pounds benching 300 than it is to be 250 pounds and benching 300.
Are you saying that because that's your weight and your goal to hit 300?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I would agree,
How much do you
though.
weigh?
Well, 183-ish, 184, 185.
Dang, me too.
181. Somewhere in there.
So, Trevor beat me at a marathon.
Do what?
Trevor beat me at the marathon, and Peyton beat me at every lift in the gym.
Dang, man, you got to find your win. What's your win?
I beat you at a 5K.
I beat you at a 5K.
True.
You beat everybody at everything, Peyton. Shut up. Except the marathon because you weren't there.
Yeah, he can't handle the marathon.
Calling me
yet.
out.
That should be our name of this podcast, calling you out.
I'm doing the marathon next year or this year.
Oh, me and Dylan gonna have that competitive advantage.
I was for sure not gonna do it.
That's my December challenge of the month.
The only thing
we're doing the St. Jude again.
Yeah,
they called me last week. They call you, Dylan?
No, I don't answer. I don't answer phone
They
numbers.
called me. They were just thanking me for running the race.
They didn't thank me because I was over 6 hours.
Dang, maybe that's the cutoff.
They're like, bro.
Maybe they're just working their way down the list, though.
Hey, shut up. Bro.
They hadn't made it to you. Imagine if you're that person that's got to call 20,000 people and tell them thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
And probably half of them think you're like a telemarketer, and they like curse you out, hang up the phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
it's
not answering
bad.
a number I don't
It's
know.
bad, bro. Get ready. You get cussed out a lot calling these folks. They be thinking you're trying to steal. They be thinking you're trying to get one over on them. It's like, bro, you gave us your name and number. I'm just calling you back. I'm not trying to rob you.
No, I understand because I filled out one thing and I had my phone blowing up. Like I had to cut my phone off because of all the people in health insurance.
At the same time, I'm like, bro, these people act crazy on the phone when you call them. At the same time, if somebody calls me and I'm like, I'll just hang up. I'll be complaining about people being rude and then I'll be rude.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. I just got to a point where they'd call me and I'd be like, they were asking information from me, so I'd start asking information from them. I'd just be like, yeah, what time do you wake up every day? And then they'd tell me, and then I try to get their phone number and it's like, look, I'm gonna call you every morning and ask you questions, so you just be ready. And then I hung up the phone because they call me every morning for like 2 weeks. Now that enrollment period is over, they don't call me as much.
Hold on,
but juicy.
That was disgusting.
You can cut that out if you want.
Here's something I want to talk about. I've noticed it. So I just came back from Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful city. Had a lot of fun there. One thing I've noticed though, especially in bigger cities, that it's not even that the fitness level is high. It's like you just don't never see like out of shape people, especially in the more wealthy district. Do y'all think that like money creates health or like fitness or
I think
you can afford gym memberships.
I mean, let's be honest, bro. A gym membership, $40 a month. Netflix, it's like what, $25?
Family plan.
You can afford it. The only
How
thing
long did
is
it
like
take you to get Abby to get you to allow you to buy a gym membership?
That was different. We didn't have Netflix. So. You can't use that if you don't have Netflix. I think people, it's a hard thing to do to get into fitness, and people that are kind of on the lower income are worried about. I mean, even Peyton. I mean, it's man's working all Saturday. He got called into work. They're working like 12-hour shifts, probably. 12 hours, and then you got 8 hours sleep. That's 20 hours, 4 hours. And you don't have much time to do fitness, but you can get it in if you prioritize it. But I think there's just an opportunity, less of an excuse if you have more money because you have more time. Usually money and time go hand in hand.
It's I think money equals time. But there's like super high performing people that are very successful that really, if you look at their schedule, don't have time.
And they prioritize it.
Yeah. But it might be a thing has to do like, people are like, oh, in the mindset of like, oh, I need to work, so I can't work out, even though they'd probably perform better in life if they started working out.
That's what I was. I saw Andrew Huberman. He was kind of talking about that. I don't know what the guy's name is. Maybe Andrew Schultz or something. He was on his podcast, and he was talking.
I know what you're talking about.
He was talking about that physical activity and working out helps your like high performing life. Like he's talking about Joe Rogan being a perfect example because he prioritizes fitness and he's like putting out podcast on top of podcast every week.
Yeah,
does all this other stuff as well, and he's prioritizing fitness. And even Jocko, Jocko is super high performing, and he just wakes up 4:30 in the morning and gets after it every day, even if he's traveling. So I think it's just like a mindset and a priority thing because anybody can do it. And I feel like if you start with fitness, and this guy Ruslan I follow, and he kind of put this out there that there's more people that have $1 million than that have six packs. So statistically speaking, it's easier to get $1 million in a six pack. I know a lot of. I mean, me personally, I would think that getting a six pack would be easier than getting $1 million. So I'm like, if you could get a 6-pack, you can get $1 million.
What if you get both? It's even better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could,
one leads to the other.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the work ethic to get the 6-pack,
then you can afford 6-packs.
Well, then you probably just get lazy if you don't have that foundation. And there's one thing to think about too is like nutrition plays a big part into body composition. So, I mean, it's for people that are like around poverty level or poor, they like can't afford the groceries and they can't afford the healthy food. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, the closest thing to them is going to be a gas station. They're going to get their Cheetos. They're going to get something out of the hot box. You get like a pizza stick or some chicken, and they're going to go home. They're going to drink their soda, and they're going to be fat.
Bro, I can't tell you how fat I'd be if I lived by Jiffy.
You'd be eating it like every day anyway.
Bro, I haven't had it in so long.
Jiffy's a gas station with fried chicken.
The best you'll ever eat, man.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good.
I know that sounds bad coming from somebody who works out, but like you can't deny it, man. It tastes good.
Good is good.
Everybody gotta have that fried chicken every now and again.
Yeah, good is good. And like, so they're kind of, it's kind of like a cycle thing. They're stuck.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's like a trap because that's their easiest. I mean, if they don't, most people that are at that level, they don't have good transportation either to get to the grocery store, and they don't. There's really lack of education on what good food is. I mean, obviously fruits and vegetables, but I mean, how do you make that taste good? And stuff goes bad quick.
In this day and age, though, it's like that could be held more of an excuse because you have the internet to learn like what.
There's education on everything.
Yeah, like everything's so accessible now. Like imagine 20 years ago, you're trying to jump on a new workout plan, new diet plan. Half these energy drinks weren't even around, and like pre-workout was just in its
they were like eating
infancy.
real C4 back then, not drinking it.
Yeah, you hear some stories, bro. They were like,
yeah. So like now it's like literally you're just one Google search away from having a meal prep plan, ingredients.
Yeah. And now the problem is there's too many. Where do you do? Because there's so many
overwhelmed.
options.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I remember when I first started meal prepping, I couldn't find anything, and that was like budget friendly. And I finally found this one, and it was like a week's worth of food, 4,400 calories, under $100. Granted, this is back in 20.
I mean, you found
this was 17 or something.
You got really lucky.
Yeah, but it was like you had to pay for it. It was a paywall to get the ingredients list, but it was only like $10. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. So I still have it. I've
considered some of those like subscription meal plans where I don't have to make it myself.
Yeah, it's like this though. Fitness and diet are hard already, and anything that can get in your way is a good excuse for most people. And I feel like fitness is kind of like the gateway drug to doing hard things. Because
I agree.
It's like this though. To be able to do hard things, you gotta take baby steps and do. I'm gonna do a video on this on my YouTube, but you gotta like take baby steps. Like this morning, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna hype myself up. And I took the cold bath, and I've been meaning to do this for weeks. When I wake up, I could do it in the middle of the day just because I don't know. There's maybe the motivational levels, hormones, something like that. But I have more control over like the midday, later at night to be able to do it. Like I can make myself do it, and it's hard. And this morning I was like, all right, I've been meaning to do this for weeks, and I cut the water on. I didn't put as much in there, but I got in there. That's the first step. Just put my toes in. I didn't even know if I was going to get the rest of my body in, and I ended up not going my whole body, just like the lower body. Because leave it. But that's a step. It's a stepping stool. And, I can build on that next time. But you just got to, one step at a time. The hard thing to do now, I mean, do one thing. Like, start walking like we've been saying. Get your 8,000 steps in a day.
How many people are walking? Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, are you walking? That's a good place to start. And once you start seeing a little weight come off, it'll motivate you. You know, when you get your results, and you can't always be results driven, but it's a good motivator. It's a good motivator. When the discipline lacks, you got motivation, and you know, then you get past that, get you a gym membership, cut out sodas, do what, you know, one step, baby steps, and just doing that and being consistent is going to get you so far.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, you'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The first of the year, everybody's like doing all these discounts for their gyms, like, you know, 1 month free, 1 week free, or something like that. I feel like it really just takes 2 weeks of working out to start to build that habit building and really start to see a little bit of results.
I've heard a month. I've heard 66 days is good habits. I mean, right now at this point, I don't see me ever, you know, not working out. I know I've had times in my life where I've tried to work out and it lasted just a couple days and that's it. You know, but once you get in there and you build that foundation, it's like it's a whole habit. And it's like you don't see your day without it. It's there. The next thing you know,
especially when you find
you're in the
something
best
that
shape of your life. Yeah.
So there's something I want to say, and then I'm going to ask a question. Give yourself a goal, and that would definitely help. You know, motivate you.
Yeah.
Be realistic. You back in the gym, like me. Past couple months, working out like 2 days a week. You know, efficiency, man. But I've already worked out 5 days.
Optimal.
Yeah, 5 days out of the 8 this year. I'm getting back in it.
He's winning.
I'm winning, man. I set myself some goals and I'm going to work.
Yeah, make sure your goals are realistic, but they push you.
But I also want to bring something up.
Okay.
On topic, but off topic.
Do it.
So I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast while on the stairs the other day with David Goggins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So performing without purpose. What do y'all think of that?
It's a nice little saying you got there.
No, this is something David Goggins came up with, right? So it's the opposite of what I just said, you know, trying to set a goal and work towards it.
Are you talking about because he says he doesn't train for a race?
Yeah, he doesn't train for anything. He just works. Performing without, you know, something he's trying to perform for.
Just showing up. That's a good strategy. I feel like because that's what, if you're familiar with powerlifting, that's what Westside used to do. They would never peak for a meet. You know, like most powerlifters, they have a 12-week cycle. They just went in every day. And then if they had a meet, they just went to the meet. And they just kept doing their regular work. They may have taken a day or two, but that's not a real peak for advanced powerlifters like that. But I think that's a certain, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that could work for some people.
It's good. And but obviously me, you know, I'm training with a purpose until I can train without one.
Yeah, that's a good stepping stool.
Yeah, I think most people are probably like production or like goals oriented, checking like the checklist type thing. Like most people are probably like that, where they
motivated
have to
by
accomplish
purpose.
Something.
Yeah, I think most people actually do the performing without the purpose because they don't have most people. I feel like don't have a strategy. They don't have a plan. They're in there though, and
I definitely think it's easier to perform with one.
Yeah, it is
just to get you started, right? Because once you get
keeps
started,
you in there.
Yeah, it's
you know, then you don't need a purpose. You know, it becomes a habit, becomes priority. You know.
Yeah, and then it's just for life.
Like you know where you want to go. So then, but most people don't map out how to get there. They're just like, I want to do this. They don't say, how do I get to do this? Like,
yeah,
they set the goal, but they don't break it down. So
it gives you something to work after pieces. To have a goal. I think that's good.
4x4x48.
Just do it, bro.
Yeah,
I think that's
for
good
me,
to have.
It's
like have goals.
I'm more purpose driven. Like I need to have a goal that I'm going towards.
And I think it fires you up more too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got this thing that you really want to do, and you know it's gonna suck, so you want to work as hard as you can to make it suck less.
Yeah, it's easy to when you don't have a purpose, just to kind of fall off. I feel like.
Yeah, so I feel like if there's no point.
Yeah, if you're because you don't. It's when you're just going in there and you're not making big changes, it's easy to just get caught up in like, what's the point of this? You know, I'm just wasting my time, basically. I mean, you may never vocalize that, but like maybe in your head, you're like, I'm just in here doing the same old thing, you know? Why am I doing this? I don't know. Why am I taking an hour and a half out of my day when everybody else is sleeping? And you just got to remember that you got to remember your focus and remember your vision. If you don't have
what's your
goals,
why?
you need to have something. You need to have some purpose. Like he said, David Goggins, I mean, his purpose is to like get through life and to get through
Be
all
the
the
baddest
trauma
man
he's gone
alive.
through. And yeah, like
He doesn't
he's
want
gone.
to do what he does. It's just a habit. He does it.
It's like
Yeah.
he said he's got to do it to fight his demons.
Yeah, to fight his demons. It's just like this, bro. Having goals is like the ghost of your life.
Sometimes
Woo!
you got to blow that thing out of the water, man.
It'll get you going, bro. Hey, do y'all ever like take that first couple of sips of caffeine and you're like, whoo, you're just ready to go, bro. You're just like,
Yeah.
I'm
You're
be honest.
like-
Sometimes I'm screaming in my own car by myself.
But it's just like relaxing, man. You sit back, you know, it's like
What?
sitting back and drinking up a cup of coffee, bro.
Relaxing.
You know, like
Bro, it just
Yes,
pumps me
sir.
up. I'd be ready to jump off the wall.
It makes me start shaking.
A couple of weeks ago,
maybe I'm
I came
too
home.
immune to it.
I drank an energy drink and I came home. And I went straight to work. Like I was like, and Abby was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I done planned out like 30 days worth of videos for my YouTube, all this other stuff, and I just did it as soon as I got home. And she was like, "Bro, what's wrong with you? You're never this productive." I'm like,
taking Adderall or
"It's
something.
the caffeine, bro."
I wish ghosts would put beta
I agree.
alanine in their drinks.
Do they not?
No, C4 is the only one. It's like a
I
legit.
don't see.
But like
Pre-workout.
Ghost
Everything
is
else is
more
just
of an
energy drink.
actual like energy drink rather than a
Pre-workout.
pre-workout energy drink.
Pre-workout in a bottle.
Got to put your own beta in it.
Let me see
Yeah,
what I
I
got.
do it every time.
Then you leave some on the top and you lick it, and then your tongue starts.
So
tingling.
I want to see what y'all think about this. So somebody commented on one of my videos yesterday, and I'm gonna say what he said. I have it quoted right here. It's Eric VACA on my YouTube channel. You know, if he's watching, shout out for watching my video, I guess. But he said, I think I might have failed this. It was a video from way back. I might have failed this lift, but he said it's only 345. LOL. Everyone with a month of training can hit that. All right, I want to ask this question, Trevor. How long have you been training? Strength training.
Like, I did strength training for just a year or a year and a half, really.
And okay, can you squat 345?
No, the highest I ever got was 315, I think. Yeah.
All right. I mean, what's y'all's thoughts?
I'm gonna open up my Instagram. I posted my first ever 330 lift. No, I got a 345 lift right here. January of 2019. That was me working out for just over 2 years to hit that number.
And Peyton's a pretty strong fella. Naturally, I mean, he doesn't do very good at training or eating to get strong. If we're honest, at this point, he might get better. He's getting better already. 5 out of 8 days this year.
Yeah, 5 out of 8 days, bro.
PR,
That's
bro.
62.5% of this year I've worked out.
You've been hitting the bench, bro. You've been killing the bench press
bro,
this
I've
past
been
year.
on it.
But squatting is like, bro, my knee. It bends when I squat, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I haven't squatted a whole lot recently because of my left leg. It's been giving me a lot of problems.
So,
yeah, I've just been doing a lot of volume.
It depends for each
all the way turned up.
specific person and how they actually train, whether or not they're
it's
going
like
to hit 345 in a month.
There will be a freak that hits 345 in a month.
But let's just be real. That guy's a hater.
I think if you solely focused on it and that was like
come
all
quicker.
that you worked out for, you could do that.
If you started
month?
working out on Squattober the 1st,
I don't know about a month. It just depends on where you're at. You know, like if you're working out and you're doing 215 on warm ups, then obviously you could get to it in a month, I think.
Well, man, it just depends. It all
granted, I
depends on
also
each individual
hated
person.
squatting before I hit that
Let's track this
345.
guy down and see him do
I
it.
need to go to his YouTube and see if he put any squats on there. Man,
What if he's
probably
like
only
huge?
squatting 350. I mean, 345. You're talking
If
like
it-
high level power lifter level potential NFL athlete type people.
Let's be real. You're not going to have somebody who can squat like 500 pounds hate on somebody hitting a 345 squat.
That's true. That's what I
True,
hear.
yeah.
I mean, I don't
It's gonna be
know.
respect.
Yeah, bro. Keep
I
grinding,
mean, you'll have
bro.
a bodybuilder hate on a CrossFitter, but you're not going to have somebody who is strong and at a much higher level than somebody doing like 315 or about to hit it. Hate on them.
It's more like a 500-pound guy hating on a 650 because he does a low bar squat and I do a high bar squat. Do a real squat, bro. You're doing good mornings.
I hate on Dylan's lifts, but
Anything's possible.
Yeah,
Let's just put it at that.
He's a hypocrite.
Anything's possible.
He's stronger than me and he picks on me. So
Do
what
you
are
feel like you're an expert in anything?
Consistency.
It depends what group you're in.
Like, all right, so right now, think about it. I'll give you a couple minutes or something. But what do you feel like right now in your life you have the most knowledge about? Personally, it doesn't have to be like someone else compared to someone else.
Like in
personally.
our life, what do we
in
have
your
the
life,
most knowledge
what
about?
do you feel like you know the most about that you would consider yourself somewhat of an expert in?
The
To
color
your
of
peers.
nature.
Yeah, in your circle. I feel like I'm pretty. I mean, I have been pretty. I'm trying to think of the word because I'm pretty expert. That didn't work. I know how to get. I know how to get like beginners strong. Like if you're not in the gym, I'm studied up. Like I was digging. Like at this time, it's been. I'm like a year probably removed from digging into it a lot, but I used to dig into it a lot on how to get people strong.
Now, I don't know if Dylan's going to laugh or not. I think I'm pretty good at programming CrossFit workouts to not be too much of an overtrain or
It's like
undertrain
this.
workout.
It's like this.
What do you mean by programming?
It's a CrossFit term. He makes up workouts. Okay, that's what it means to program.
Okay.
Structures it. There's people that make workouts. They're scientists. Peyton's more of an artist.
I'm creative.
If it looks good, he's not studied. It's just about what it looks like on the board. He's done some CrossFit. Peyton's one of those guys that doesn't read anything. He won't read a book.
I mean, I read pictures and listen to words. I mean, look at words. So like,
it's got to be a picture.
Because you always bring up David Goggins, but you said you hadn't read his book.
Yeah, I haven't read his book.
He's a David Goggins hater.
I probably should get into some reading.
Yeah, the first time I read David Goggins' book, I slept on the floor for like a week and a half, and then was contemplating going to the park and just sleeping on the pier. Like it puts you in the mindset of, I got to do more hard things.
When you listen to him talk, does it just make you want to run headfirst into a wall and break through it? That's how I feel.
Because that would be stupid.
But he makes you think that you can do that.
See, in his audio book, it's not even him reading it. It's the guy that helped him write the book. And then they have like in between chapters, they talk about the chapter. I think that's what's cool about the audio book.
I think
he's like, he just wakes up. I wouldn't even say motivated. He just wakes up ready to work.
You got to do what you got to do. It's a habit at this point.
Bro stares at his shoes for 30 minutes before he puts them on.
It's pretty funny.
I just won't even look at my shoes.
I don't
I'm
wear
just
shoes.
like,
I
where
wear
are
hair
my
boots.
shoes?
What are like what what is some things in y'all's training that's non-negotiable? Like the rest of your life, you can't see yourself not doing these. Like if everything else changes in your training, what's some non-negotiable things or like some necessities for your fitness, for y'all's fitness personally?
A gym.
All right. Well, that's not what I meant, but okay.
Uh,
Like exercises or like, you know, training
I
style, something like that.
I have to squat. It makes me sad if I can't.
When's the last time you
So you'd
squatted?
rather squat over benching?
Yes, I don't like benching.
Yeah, me too.
Or like I used to like benching and I hated squatting. And
I
then
don't
those
feel strong
reversed.
on bench.
But now I'm back again. Well, I don't hate squatting. I just hate my left leg. But
I mean,
I haven't squatted in a couple of weeks, and it makes me sad. Right? I want to squat, but you got to do things to prevent injury, and it sucks. But
yeah,
like
it's
when you
like going
broke your
to
back and
a
cried about
doctor,
it for 8 months.
like going to a doctor. That'll help. Listen to me, who had a broke back for 8 months. Didn't really have a broke back. It's like, I feel like bench is something that more people are stronger on. So I feel weaker on it because more people can bench like 315 than people I know that can bench 405. I mean, not bench, but squat 405. So I feel like I'm stronger on squat. I like squat more just because it's more of a whole body lift, and it just, I don't know. I like squatting.
Like
What about
it's
you, Trevor?
actually
What's your
crazy. Like because like some people are just so much better at. You can be the same size as somebody. Like some people are just so much better at pushing, like presses, bench, and strict press and stuff.
You gotta look at their training history, and
And then some
most
people like me who are better than pulling than I am pressing.
yeah, you get that body type. Well, most people, I feel like the most common training would push people to bench more than they squat. That's why it's more common to be stronger on bench, which makes more of an average guy feel weaker.
I think a lot of it too, is genetics. Because like for me, one thing that because Sean's, he's been working out for well over more than I have and advanced in weight in a lot of areas. But the one spot that we were always close in was curling, and I think that's just genetics of like biceps, to be honest. Because my dad said that he was always strongest in curling weight than anything else. And then, like for me, I didn't even know that until I started working out and realized it. But I think running now has become a thing. It's like I wouldn't want to give up running
Yeah,
more than anything.
for me, it'd be squatting and running, just because.
That's weird for you to say running. I never thought you'd be like
Well, it's always been in my
into
head.
running
It's
that much.
just it's hard to do. With
Now, do y'all love running or do y'all just do it?
I mean, I
I
love it.
think, yeah,
Hard
for
to
me,
hate.
it puts me in a place mentally that nothing else ever puts me.
Now, it's
I
like I
love
was
it.
thinking about that this morning during my run. I'm just like, like it's not my favorite thing in the world, but like it gets you like it makes you feel good when you do a run.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just as a base, though, I feel like squatting is a solid base if you had one strength exercise to do. Deadlift would be a close second. Uh, I feel like running, I mean, it's pretty accessible. You don't have to have a gym membership. Almost anybody can do it or walk. You got to start somewhere.
And if you're real big into fitness and you're
Yeah,
traveling, you can always run.
you can always run.
Anywhere.
You don't have to have a
It's a good
machine or a
sightseeing
gym.
type thing too.
Yeah. You get the air, you get the sunlight.
Like I hate running on a treadmill, man.
Oh,
That's like the
I
worst.
can't run on a treadmill.
I'd
I
be
don't
alright with
care
it.
if it's.
I have recently because it's just been so cold, and honestly, it rained for a long time. But I can't do more than like 2 miles, and then I'll just hit the indoor track.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Like the reason I didn't run in December was because of the rain. Like I wanted to get back into running,
You need
but
to
man,
watch
it
more
rained
podcasts.
like 32 of the 31 days in December.
Yeah, if it wasn't so cold, it wouldn't be that
don't add
bad.
up.
Because I actually enjoy running in the rain, but not when it's cold.
Yeah.
Dude, I
like-
was in there working out one day, and Blake was in there, and it was like 5:30, and I'm like, I see him walk out. I'm like, don't tell me he's out there running. I figured he was gone. Dude comes back in 30 minutes later, soaking wet. I'm like, there's no way this guy just went out there and ran in 30-degree weather
good.
in the rain. Like, what in the world?
It feels good once you get started. For me, running, the best part about the running is like having ran or like running in the middle, like the process, but like the beginning and like just starting is the worst part. Once I start, I'm good.
Yeah.
Telling you, I hit that runner's high more often than not.
Never heard of it, never felt it.
Yeah, Dylan's never had that. That's what
Like,
I
don't
got
know
it during the marathon, like full blast. Like that was just
I hit the
they
runner's
always
low.
talked about they always talk about this like the veil being lifted. And like I thought that was just something that they always said until when I did that marathon. That was like the moment it's like the veil's been lifted. I just felt like anything is possible, even though I was like in probably the worst pain that I've ever been in. I don't know. Is this like this euphoria of being there? Or maybe it's just doing something hard.
Yeah, and it was
Like,
a vibe, dude.
I'm not even sure if I should call it runner's high. It might not even be what I have. It's just like once I get going, I don't want to stop.
That's an arbitrary thing somebody made up. So I wouldn't
Like,
be.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't be very concerned about
unless I'm
nailing it
doing
down.
a Spartan race beast in Dallas, Texas, and I'm 3 hours in, still half dead.
Brett sticking his tongue out at y'all.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I
Get
think
him on an episode.
running though also like you can run. I mean, it's very versatile in what kind of cardio you can do. You can do HIIT, you can do sprints, you can do medium difficulty. Run for 10 minutes. You can run for 3 hours, etc.
Intervals.
Aerobic cardio, whatever. It's versatile,
A burpee mile.
which will not be what I ever do. They
What
said
about a burpee 5K?
No, I'm not doing burpees anywhere.
You
Do
might
y'all
in
have
CrossFit
Do
Open.
1,000 a day, something like that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Do y'all have like a specific meal plan y'all follow? What do y'all think about like meal plan wise? Like, what do y'all eat?
Zatarain's.
I think when I'm at my best, I have a specific meal plan, but the meal plan is usually like eating the exact same thing every single day.
Yeah, I think I was talking to
like
Lake
months.
about that, and I was like, what's the benefit of having to eat the same thing every day? And he was like, just ensuring you have the same nutrients, the quality nutrients. If you're doing something different every day, you're going to get different energy levels. You're going to get different results, in the gym. So it's kind of like progressive overload in your nutrition. Basically, it's like you got to know what you're doing so you can know what to do. Basically, and if you want to have quality training, you need to have this is just for people that are trying to, train for something and be a little better, higher performing. I wouldn't say the normal person, the average person that doesn't have a fitness goal would have to be on a meal plan. I feel like you need to have healthy habits and like a base for what you eat to be healthy. But
I've never been on a meal plan. I've just kind of eaten.
yeah, I know.
I was doing good there for
You're
a
an
while.
anomaly.
You're an anomaly.
Like chicken and rice or chicken and pasta or some kind. But dude, it gets so old just eating.
If we
chicken.
told everybody what Peyton eats and what Peyton does and what he looks like, his physique's like, people would be so mad, bro. Like, I eat better than that and I'm fat.
Yeah. It's like some people that count like every single calorie that goes in and then still can't hit the weight. But it's like, because it's just a lot of it comes down to genetics, but you can beat genetics by persevering.
I mean, if you're not doing everything you can to make the progress, then you cannot blame it on genetics. This is like what people say about like. I go back to CrossFit people because I follow CrossFit people like Matt Frazier and Tia Toomey, dominant CrossFit athletes, win year after year. There, people are like, well, it's just genetics, and people say, well, did you work as hard as them? And if you didn't, you can't blame it on genetics because who knows if you work the same work ethic as them, if would you beat them? You don't know because you never tried it.
Movements he does.
Okay, when did you do a thruster?
CrossFit Open.
Last year.
But that actually might be the last time I did a thruster.
Probably is.
Yeah, because
it's probably the last time I did one too.
Because I hurt my wrist not long after that, and never did one again.
I did some Monday, and it was just like, kill me now.
Thrusters felt light. Fun.
They felt light, but my heart and my lungs did not like it. I ain't peeking around.
We gotta get Trevor to do Fran. We all gonna do Fran.
I don't even know what that is.
Do 21 reps, 15 reps, and 9 reps of thrusters and chest to bars, or just normal
just
pull-ups?
Regular pull-ups, babe. What's a thruster?
Sounds fun.
What's a thruster, Peyton?
Oh, what's a thruster? It is an exercise that involves a barbell or dumbbell or kettlebell, in this case a barbell, where you go into a front squat into a push press. A front squat is a squat from the front rack position. A push press is an overhead press with leg drive.
Okay, you went into pretty good detail.
Yeah, for real.
I was like, man.
You broke that down real quick.
In other words, this workout is meant to go really fast. And when you go fast like that, you really don't feel it till it's over. No.
You get wrapped up.
It's not a sprint.
It is a sprint.
Well, it's 3 minutes, not a sprint. I guess 3 minutes.
For some people.
Yeah, I mean, top of the line, elite, probably a sprint, but most people probably 3 to 5 minutes. If you're doing like more than 6 minutes, it's not the same workout. But you do it so fast that you don't feel it till the end, and then you're basically coughing up your lungs.
It all hits you at once.
Like if you've ever done like a workout in like the cold, and like it's really aerobic, and your lungs just hurt, what we CrossFitters call friend lung.
Anaerobic. It's anaerobic.
It's like black lung or something or like that, isn't it?
You like taste blood.
Are you a CrossFitter?
I think I'm officially a CrossFitter, bro. I pay for a CrossFit program, and I do more CrossFit than the rest of this group. So,
hey, I pay for a CrossFit program,
but you don't do it. You don't follow it.
Probably just done CrossFit without knowing I did CrossFit.
It's like a weird thing though, because there's like when people say it's polarizing. Like you tell people you do CrossFit, some people are like, heck yeah, I do CrossFit, and that's probably the only people that are positive about doing CrossFit. Everybody else, it's like an automatic hater. Like it's the default position to be a hater. Like I sometimes hate it, I hate doing it, but like.
So funny story. So back when that video game came out called Among Us, not when it came out, when
Among
it got big.
Us.
Yeah. Well, my brother invited me to play with his friend group online, and I started playing it. Anyway, in that friend group, there's this girl that he knows IRL, or in real life, I should say. That we were all in like a big Discord channel, and she brought up CrossFit one day. It's like, hey, do you still do CrossFit? I'm like, occasionally. But there's also this guy in there who makes fun of me because made fun of me because I did CrossFit. I remember I went on vacation one year, went to the mountains or the hills of Arkansas, and I came back and PR'd my bar muscle ups, 17 unbroken. Well, I posted on my Instagram. We were all in a little voice call one day, and this guy was like, hey, Peyton, why are you swinging so much on this bar doing these muscle ups? So the other guy just like, oh, you're a CrossFitter? And so starts busting out laughing. I'm like, I'm just going to leave.
It's like, I mean, also like I wear like CrossFit Mayhem stuff, and people are like, "You do CrossFit?" And I was at the time like, "Yeah, kinda." I mean, I do like their strength stuff, but I didn't do their like CrossFit. I feel like
Because they suck too much.
when I people say like it just depends what you when I say CrossFit, you do CrossFit. I'm thinking you're doing Metcons, you're doing like high intensity 5 to 20 minute workouts where you're like dying. That's what I think of when people say CrossFit. Some people are like, I do CrossFit, and they're just, you know, doing strength lift one day or run on the next day. I feel like specifically to be a CrossFitter, you have to be like doing Metcons. Because, I mean, like CrossFitters, hybrid athletes, I mean, the only difference is CrossFitters do thrusters and pull ups. But it's the same.
That's a hot take.
I mean, you're doing the CrossFitters also do exactly what hybrid athletes do because they're doing strength work and they're doing, if you're doing it right. I mean, in some programs you go in, all you're doing is Metcons, but I feel like you need strength work, you need long cardio work.
I see. Like I feel like most classes generally have either just like a Metcon that they do each day, or like one
small
strength piece, and then Metcon.
Yeah.
But I think
So
if you're
technically,
actually
that's what
going to
most
do CrossFit and take it seriously, you need to be on a structured like strength cycle, because you're not going to, I mean, maybe you'll get a little bit stronger doing just Metcons. But if you actually want to be strong, fit, and fast, you have to hit your strength
and like
Metcons.
Most of these programs, like blog programs like CrossFit Mayhem, Chalk, whatever, stuff that gyms follow, it's meant to be very broad to where a beginner can he just cut the light on. He's standing on my a beginner can get stronger. It is slower but it's going to be actually slower than they can actually get stronger, because a beginner can get stronger way faster than an advanced person. But it's not going to work for an advanced person, honestly. But an intermediate, even an intermediate can get stronger because it's at such a slower pace of getting strong. So it's very broad and not specific. So 10 times out of 10, an individual program is going to be better than a broad spectrum program like these. Sorry, he's over here.
No worries. I hadn't said much because honestly, I don't know much about CrossFit at all.
Yeah, I mean, even general.
We're just going to get him to do Murph with us.
Even like the hybrid build program, I mean, it's meant for a broad spectrum of people. You could probably get stronger faster and fitter faster, if you had something individualized to you. But, if it's affordable, programs are way more, he's back up there. They're way more affordable than, getting a coach. And, honestly, if you're not really competing for anything, or if you can't afford it, then just go with the group program. Because, I mean, what do you do? I mean, why would you need a coach? You pay hundreds of dollars a month. If you got the money, spend it. And it's probably better off. You're going to make way more progress faster and less likely to get hurt. But that's my hot take.
I started out, man, I think I paid like $180 a month for a coach.
If you got it and you got goals,
I don't even think I had it.
Well, if you're Dylan, you just don't pay it off for a coach. I work for free.
Well, I just got to have friends that are coaches.
You're talking about if you wanted me as a coach?
No, I'm saying I had to work for free coaching you.
Yeah, you didn't really coach me at all. He gave me he just gave me some workouts. That's about it. He didn't really coach me.
I'm gonna say that maybe my programming helped your clean go up a little bit.
I did it and I got stronger at the same time. So yeah, it went up a little bit. But I feel like, coaching is not just writing workouts. Coaching is, all encompassing. It's like lifestyle. It's like, your form work, watching your form, helping you with your technique, attitude.
I watched your form when I wasn't sad.
and tweaking the program according to needs. Yeah, man, put me on the program. He was like, just do it, bro. I was like, bro, this sucks. He's like, just do it.
He's like, who cares?
Hey, your front squat went up.
Everything sucks.
My front squat went up, but I don't know if that's because of the program or because I tested it. But yeah, coaching is more one-on-one. And
you don't even work out in the morning anymore, so I can't coach you.
I do work out in the morning every morning.
You didn't go this morning.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, I went.
You didn't even go to the gym, bro. You just went to run.
I went to the gym and ran from the gym.
This man can only run at the gym.
I don't run down my road.
Running's a lot mental, man.
What's his name? Runs on your road. He lives like right down the road, and he runs. Well, I guess he just crosses Good Hope. He don't really drive down to Good Hope.
Well, if he's driving, he's not running.
I meant run down. But yeah, I mean,
what's his name?
Coaches are better. I mean, I'm not trying to advertise my coaching because I haven't coached anybody in a while. But if you need a coach, you can hit me up, and I'll hit you up. Like back what you were saying earlier, Peyton. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get stronger, if you want to progress a little faster, you definitely need more of strength focus, especially if you're a beginner and you're not already strong. Because most people, you're weak. Most people are weak, especially if you want to actually compete in CrossFitting. You're not like those people aren't weak. Peyton Cook. Those people aren't weak, and they're like you're nowhere near that, and you're not going to get to that just doing your, what's it called, cookie cutter program.
Yeah, y'all haven't had a sip of caffeine in a while.
I drank it all.
One.
Just reminding you.
I ain't got nothing in there.
There was a little tiny bit at the bottom. I want another. Back to back.
But yeah, man. That's what I got to say about that.
So you're basically saying hire a trainer. If you're going to hire a trainer, hire Dylan McCullum.
Exactly.
He'll get you right.
Exactly.
Who knows? It might even come with the plus of being a guest on the Put Work In podcast.
Yeah, I'll bring you on, bro. We'll do your consultation on the podcast.
Your initiation.
And you have to be held accountable because everybody that watches the podcast will know. They'll know you're trying to get fit.
Why do you think I started working out again? Like, people are going to sit there and watch our episode about my goals, and like, this dude still hadn't done anything? Come on.
Yeah, I would say you have just hit the straight switch because, like, literally, like a week ago or a week and a half ago, you're like, man, I need to get motivated.
And then
we dropped the podcast, and he has not missed a day since.
I'm just hitting it now.
Maybe it's like
just punching it.
He listened to it back and figured out.
Yeah, he listened to his own podcast and was like, dang, I'm motivated.
He listened to David Goggin and he'd be like, what a loser.
How am I going to be a part of a fitness podcast without fitness in my life? I gotta do something.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Hey, whatever I'm got to do, I did it. So
you got to think about this though. Like, most of these coaches and most of these people that are like making their money off of fitness, like coaches wise, podcasts, just helping other people, they get so focused on that they neglect their own fitness.
Oh, true.
But that's a different story.
I don't think I trust a trainer that was, bigger than me in the wrong way.
Yeah. Bigger
How
than
many
me in the
people
wrong
you
way.
think so far this year have like kind of dropped off on their fitness goals? Like, we're 8 days in.
750,000.
Like, if you had to give a percentage out of 100%.
We're 8 days in, bro. Most people they probably never got started. I feel like half probably never got started.
They went in and all the treadmills were taken up.
See ya.
I'm like, crap, I gotta go home.
I haven't noticed anybody at the gym.
I showed up to the gym and I just went home.
I've had that happen like twice. But I usually start doing something and be like, yeah, this ain't it. I'm hurt, I'm sick, something like that. I need to go to sleep. And I'll be
I
like,
was
yeah.
it's 4 a.m. I think I need to go home.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you got to evaluate. And it's just not worth it. You'll hurt more than you'll help. But that's mostly not 98% of people. Just do the work. Most days, that's what I'll do. I'll push through it. And then at the end, I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that. Put the work in.
You got to change your motto now. It's put work in, see results.
Nah, bro. Put in work. This is a separate brand.
Put in work.
Yeah,
I think whenever I was in Charleston, we were watching one of your videos or something, and it had your put in work at the end or something, and Mackenzie was like, he stole y'all's name. I was like, no, it was derived from his.
Yeah, it's just it's my cousin, bro. This podcast is a cousin on my YouTube.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to my YouTube, bro. Hey, if y'all don't subscribe,
not just your YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there, bro.
But the Put Work In podcast.
First off, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the Put Work In podcast. You're already on our channel. Just hit the little red button down there. It's over there. And
if you've made it this far,
you got to.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Obligated.
And that way you'll get all of our clips and our shorts. And put the little bell button, hit it, and then hit all. That way you get notified when we upload. You don't miss anything.
Every Monday, 6 o'clock.
Who knows? Well, we might do a giveaway one day, you know?
I was thinking the same thing.
Bro, we might do a giveaway one day. What are we going to give? I don't know. You got to stay tuned. You got to click the bell.
Maybe some BPN supplements.
C12 pack.
You know,
it's like one of us wins the giveaway.
Yeah. I won.
Sorry, guys. Maybe next time.
And look, after you do that, go over to Dilda Young on YouTube. That's my channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Watch my latest video. Today, it is how to set goals. Or don't make this mistake when you're setting goals. That's what it is today. By the time this video comes out, there's going to be 2 more videos up. So that, side street, alleyway. Hold me accountable to this, podcasters. Trevor and PP as well. 2 videos a week. That's what that's my goal for January. 2 videos a week on my YouTube channel. You know,
he's gonna take our podcast and make it 1 video and then just upload it.
No. That's complete separate. Hold me into that. Check out my channel. Hit the bell so you know when it comes in. And you give PP a follow. Peyton Cook, just look him up. The Jack guy with 17 muscle ups on his Instagram. Follow him.
There might be a link.
We still don't know his handle.
We still don't know his handle.
My handles aren't always the same, but I can do something.
Let's get that fixed.
Get Trevor.
I'll say Trevor just follow. Peyton.
He got the drone footage, endurance training. He's doing the hybrid build by Nick Bear, and he's trying to get jacked and keep running while he's doing it.
He might do a Murph with us this year.
Yeah, if we do it, it'd have to be in Florida.
He missed the last 2 years.
We could do it in Florida.
That'd be fun.
A Murph on the beach.
Ooh, that wouldn't be fun.
Like that.
But yeah,
it is Memorial Day weekend.
We'd have to do it with no vest.
Murph, right?
No vest.
Oh, dude. A Murph on the beach with a vest and strict pull-ups. Let's do it.
You got to do it in the water.
Because I'm getting married on Memorial Day weekend.
No way.
What?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Who is it?
So
who are you getting married to?
Oh yeah, Mackenzie Massey.
She's gonna be on the podcast.
Lock it down.
This little dude right here.
The next podcast.
It's the only single person on this podcast, man.
Hey.
Yeah, locking it down.
All of our guests, they're taken.
Yeah, for the most part.
It's gonna be the only ever single person on this whole podcast. Every guest we have,
you gotta be that demographic, man.
Who else do we have coming on the podcast? We got Peyton Franklin coming up. If you know who that is,
maybe not. Maybe I won't be there.
Exciting guest.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, bro. Sean Williams.
We got some people we still got to talk to, like
Lake Dubois
and Rich Froning and
Nick Bear coming on the podcast.
Nick Bear.
Adam Klink, Run Fast, Squat Heavy.
Shout out to Go Performance for the free shirt, for letting us film in the gym, and just
Oh yeah, we even gonna
being a
have
great gym.
maybe even a couple people from there on.
Yeah, we trying to get people on. If you think you're a guest, submit your application and $500 referral fee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This ship needs funding.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we trying to hear stories to encourage, to inspire, and we want to learn from y'all. So, we want y'all to vice versa. So, hit us up if you think you're a worthy guest. We try, we don't discriminate. So if you don't, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. If you don't,
If you don't even work out,
bro, if you don't even work out, but you got a crazy work ethic, come on the podcast.
Yeah. You got that put work in mentality.
Yeah, bro.
We want you on here.
Yeah,
you
that's
put the
something.
work in, so you don't have to work. Bro, get on.
Yeah, so I mean, future guests, not always going to be fitness people, but main focus fitness, but put work in. It's a mentality, bro.
Exactly.
Y'all want to shout anybody out real quick? Shout somebody out, Trevor.
Who am I shouting out?
Somebody.
Shout out the Lord for letting
Jesus Christ.
Amen. Have this podcast.
Hallelujah.
Today on the holy day. We got to go to church after this. We got to get some knowledge.
Shout out to the preachers.
All right. Yeah.
And the
all right,
pastors.
Dylan. Shout out, Dylan.
Shout out to Abby holding it down while I shoot this podcast.
Amen.
And amen, brother. Heaven, yeah. Brother.
Heaven, yeah, brother.
Heaven, yeah, brother. Peyton, who you shouting out, bro?
I don't know.
Shout your mama out.
Shout out my mom for giving birth
Shout
to
out
me.
Peyton's mom.
Yeah, shout out. We wouldn't have Peyton if
it wasn't
mom.
for her.
Amen.
He wouldn't have this awesome podcast studio he's in right now if it wasn't for her.
Exactly.
Heck yeah, man. She's the funder of it.
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah, brother.
Trevor, ring us out, bro.
All right, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you're also giving us a review on all the podcast platforms and hit those bells and stay with us because this is only the beginning. See y'all next time.
We're just getting started, but this is the end. See y'all.